And a base hit lined into left. That drops in front of Gurriel Jr. and the Rays are going to win it. Margot scores and the Rays win in 10.
The Rays improved to 18-10 on the season after Kevin Kiermaier comes in huge with a walk-off base hit. And also, shout out to Aaron Slegers, the starting pitcher for the Rays. He went 4 innings and did not allow 1 earned run. We have a ton of walk-offs to talk about. Cody Bellinger hit a home run, a walk-off home run, without even knowing that he did it. So if you guys missed that clip, make sure you guys stick around. It was a lot of fun. Bryce Harper hit a 470-foot home run on his son's birthday. And then also, the Astros, they got mad at the Padres for scoring a lot of runs. And then they hit Fernando Tatis Jr. So we're going to go ahead and break it all down right now. Welcome to MLB Recap.
Here's the 1-0. High fly ball to right. And it sends Hilliard back at the wall. It is gone! And the Dodgers have won it in walk-off fashion. If that was a home run call or if first base umpire Bill Miller was saying out.
So as you guys just saw, Cody Bellinger hit a walk-off home run and gave the Dodgers their 21st win already on the season. But I'm going to go ahead and show his home run from a different angle because he legit hit the baseball and looked directly up because he thought it was a pop fly to maybe the right fielder or even the second baseman. He thought it went straight up into the air. But no, Cody, it was a walk-off home run. This was a lot of fun to watch. Kyle Freeland actually had a pretty solid start for the Rockies, but guess what? Dustin May, who has insane stuff but only struck out 1 hitter. He goes 5 innings, only allows 2 hits and 1 earned run. So even though he's not going to strike out 10 to 15 guys every single start, as long as he's limiting the damage and the amount of base runners on base, who cares? There was one more walk-off from the Phillies game, but we're going to talk about the Angels game real quick because Mike Trout, he did it all yesterday. And for whatever reason, on the same day, Twitter was going wild on who was better between Mike Trout and Ken Griffey Jr. The stats say Mike Trout, and yesterday he showed that he is all around amazing at the game of baseball. He drives in 3 runs and then snags a web gem in a 4-3 win over the Oakland A's. Shout out to the Angels bullpen, Matt Andriese and Ty Buttery. I think that's how you say his last name, or Butchery. I have no idea. They came in huge on the back end of that bullpen. They had shutout relief innings, and that is the formula to winning. And if you don't believe me, just ask the Phillies. Even though they had a 470-foot pimp job from Bryce Harper on his son's first birthday, what did I say? The winning formula is the fact that you have to have a good offense on top of a good bullpen. And even though the Phillies traded for Brandon Workman, his debut, he spoiled a really good start from Zach Wheeler, and their bullpen ERA now sits at 8.33, which is the worst in Major League Baseball history. If you're a Phillies fan, I'm going to bless you right now because it's going to be a roller coaster season. But hey, you got some solid pieces. I think he was just nervous. I think he'll be fine from here.
Rojas went fishing and he's out. Swing and a miss on 95. Robles got a breaking ball, lines it right at the left fielder, and it's dropped by Dickerson.
Nationals take Game 1 versus the Marlins in a doubleheader. They win 5-4 after putting up 5 earned runs in the first 4 innings. But I think that the biggest story from yesterday was Game number 2, Marlins starting pitcher Sixto Sanchez. If you don't remember, I think it was a year or maybe 2 years ago, the Phillies traded for JT Realmuto, and in return, they gave Sixto Sanchez and Jorge Alfaro, and he proved to be a pretty solid starter yesterday. He went 5 innings, 3 earned runs, and 4 Ks. His changeup was live. His fastball gets anywhere from 95 to 100 miles an hour, and they flipped the script in Game number 2 as they score 5, and then the bullpen holds it down. So the Nationals take Game 1, and then the Marlins answer back and take Game 2.
A swing and a miss with a fastball up around the letters.
Strike 3 with a fastball at 1-2. Swung on and missed.
He dealing. Paredes swinging and missing at a mid-90s fastball.
Good night. I mean, not even fair. 10 digits. Strikeout.
Another young stud that made his Major League Baseball debut yesterday was Indian starting pitcher Tristan McKenzie. He must have thought that it was Halloween because he was carving people up yesterday like pumpkins. He had 10 strikeouts in his debut, which is the second best in Cleveland Indians history, right behind Hall of Famer Luis Tiant. Also, Domingo Santana, he came in clutch with 3 RBIs. One crazy stat about Domingo Santana is he's hitting 177 percent on the season. That's really bad. But he has 11 RBIs, and he's hitting near 300 with runners in scoring position. So he's coming in clutch when it matters. James Karinchak might be my favorite player in all of baseball right now. He comes in huge with a shutout relief inning on his own. And then also, can I just give a quick little round of applause to Nolan Jones? He shows up to the ballpark, but because he's not allowed in, he actually watches the game from a parking garage outside of the stadium because him and McKenzie are pretty good buds. I love this. The Indians, I know they've had a lot of drama with Zach Plesac and Mike Clevenger, who look even more expendable after McKenzie comes in and shoves. We have to see what happens. I don't want them to go because we could have a super rotation, but I guess team camaraderie sometimes is more important than W's, so who knows? We're going to go ahead and talk about 2 games back-to-back because Jose Abreu hit 3 home runs for the White Sox, and then Trent Grisham also matched that with 3 home runs on his own. The White Sox have now won 7 games in a row. Luis Robert matches that in terms of home run totals. He hits his 7th home run. Yasmani Grandal is starting slow, but he hits his 3rd home run. And then we can't forget to mention the player of the game. Jose Abreu is putting up video game numbers. He hits 3 home runs yesterday on top of hitting 2 home runs the day before. That is 5 home runs and 8 RBIs in his last 2 games. You do not want to play the White Sox right now. They are looking disgusting. Their starting pitchers, you have Ronaldo Lopez and Gio Gonzalez. They both threw 3 innings each, so that was a little bit weird, but hey, it got the job done. And then the Padres also get a 3 home run performance. This comes from Trent Grisham, but honestly, as cool as that was, the story of the game was that they hit another grand slam. So they score a bunch of runs in the first couple innings. And then I don't know if this pitcher just got mad or upset at himself. Bielak, he's a rookie, I believe, for the Astros. Don't quote me on that. But he hit my man. He hit our king, Fernando Tatis Jr. And the broadcast was like, whoa, what are you doing? So he gives up 6 runs. He then hits Fernando Tatis. So there's just a lot of drama surrounding this Padres-Astros game. There was the 3 home run game from Trent Grisham. There was the grand slam, the 5th time in the last 6 games. And then also, no one's talking about this, but I found the clip. Fernando Tatis Jr. did it again. He swung on a 3-0 count in the 5th inning, so it's not as bad, but they were up by 9 runs. This guy is changing baseball. The 2020 season will go down as the year that the San Diego Padres saved baseball. Also, Trevor Bauer and his vlogs. They're both doing amazing jobs right now.
And Edman hits it out to left, sinking, dropping, base hit. 1 run in. Here comes Wong. Bader scores. He got him a strikeout on the outside corner. His final inning of work right here. Lined into right, Carlson sliding, and he makes the catch. Dylan Carlson.
The former closing pitcher for the Cardinals switched roles yesterday. He threw 6 innings, 3 hits, and did not allow a single earned run in a 3-0 win over the disappointing Reds. So I wanted to go ahead and tip my cap to Quang for doing that. Mr. Kim is going to be awesome for quite some time. Castellanos and Eugenio Suarez have been really bad the last 2 weeks, and especially Nick Castellanos. He is hitting 119 in the last 15 days. Talked about Kim and his really awesome start. I also want to shout out Tyler Anderson, who tosses his first ever complete game. He goes 9 innings with a 3-hit performance against the Diamondbacks. Now, I do also want to talk about the Diamondback starter, Zach Gallen. He has 21 games to start his career with 3 earned runs or fewer. That ties an MLB record. So if he does it again, he will have made Major League Baseball history. But the Giants' clutch hitting and defense, it saves the day as Mike Yastrzemski makes a web gem on his grandpa's birthday. Hall of Famer Carl Yastrzemski, you probably heard of him. This is just a great day. I love today's recap. Anthony Santander continues his assault on baseballs as the Orioles storm back to ruin Martin Perez's quality start. Severino drives in the winning RBI, so he's now at 20 runs batted in, and then Santander is now at 27. Unreal. I had no idea that the Orioles were capable of this. And also, side note, just to talk about the Maroon Sox, Alex Verdugo is on a 13-game hitting streak. So to be honest with you, even though he's not hitting 15 home runs anytime soon, the dude is real, and he can play baseball. I can't believe what Randy Dobnak has done ever since he decided to give up Uber driving. So 3 years ago, he was an Uber driver, and then in 2020, he goes 5 innings, only allows 2 earned runs. His ERA so far sits at 1.78, and he is now tied for Shane Bieber with the most wins in all of baseball. On top of that, Eddie Rosario and Miguel Sano, they can combined for 6 RBIs. And then shout out to Danny Colombe, I think that's how you say his name, or Colombi. He goes 2 shutout innings in his 2020 debut. And then after that, Derek Holland turns in his best start of the year, going 5 innings, 1 earned run, and a 12-5 victory over the Brewers. Christian Yelich goes 0 for 4. And on the flip side, Colin Moran, Polanco, Adam Frazier, and Jacob Stallings, they all show up as the Pirates, the team that I'm wearing right now. They win easy today. Or it was yesterday, but I'm talking about it today. You guys know what I mean. And then the final game from yesterday, the Mariners put up 10 runs over the Texas Rangers. Evan White drives in 6 RBIs. He also strikes out twice, which is kind of just the theme for Evan White so far. He is leading all of baseball in strikeouts, but he was given a ton of money before the offseason. So you expected the 6 RBIs and the home runs. He's finally starting to come around. Give him some time. Justice Sheffield is a stud as well. Back-to-back performances in which he goes 6 innings, only allowing 1 earned run, and at 24 years old, the sky is the limit. Alright guys, so to end the video, we're going to go ahead and show these standings. We can see the American League right here. The #1 team in the AL so far through the season is the Oakland A's, and then if you take a look at the right side, you can see, according to ESPN, these teams have the best percentages to make the playoffs. So the Blue Jays at 13-12, 4.5 games back. They're playing great right now, although Matt Shoemaker is going to the IL. So I think that they're going to make a move pretty soon for Clevenger or Plesac because they desperately need starting pitching. But those are all the best teams in the American League. And then in the National League, the Dodgers are playing out of their minds right now. They have a 99.6% chance of making the playoffs. And then from there, it's kind of scattered. The Marlins are in 5th place technically, but ESPN gives them really a 12% chance of making the playoffs. And then all the way down, the Phillies have a 58% chance, even though they're 9-14. So I don't know. The standings are a little bit weird, but that's what ESPN says. And then the stat leaders, we can see right here that DJ LeMahieu is injured right now. He's leading the league with a .411 batting average. Fernando Tatis is leading baseball in home runs, runs batted in, runs. We can see that Jonathan Villar is at 7 stolen bases, and then Mike Yastrzemski, he continues his breakout 2019 season into 2020. He's leading everyone in, what was that, runs? Oh yeah, he's also tied with Fernando Tatis. Good for him. On the pitching, you can see that Liam Hendricks is leading everyone with 9 saves. Bauer has a .68 ERA, Bieber 65 strikeouts, and then the rest from there, shout out to Randy Dominic. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope that you did enjoy. Happy Sunday. Stay safe out there and enjoy this day in MLB history.
Than it was last year. That ball is drilled to deep right, and that could be number 400. It is. He's done it. He has become the first man in the history of the game to hit as many as 400 home runs and steal as many as 400 bases.